wasn't prepared, so just reinforcing what Vass said.
Righto, come
Just reinforcing what Vass said, it was a pretty trying sort of season. We knew that at the end of last year, after winning a Macintosh Shield flag, we wanted to give opportunities to players. We had to take a couple of steps backwards to go forward, which I feel we have done. The club's certainly creating opportunities for players. Looking forward, we've already had a couple of planning meetings and strategy meetings for next year. We'll be coordinating player reviews very shortly, and we want to certainly be very active out there, and we believe that we've got the players amongst us, and if we can add a couple of players that we can really be a force, not just for next year but for many years to come. But in order to do that, if players want to be involved, they obviously need to put their hand up. They need to put the work in, think about how they can go that extra step, and that's one of the big things that we really need to push for next year. What are you going to do as a player just to get to that next level, or if you're at the top grade level, what are you going to do to actually get yourself up and become a really good player within the competition? Our club's got a really good pride in it. They know how to do it. We've done it more times than any other club with any other clubs with the Macintosh Shield. We just need to make sure we get amongst it next year. So. A couple of other people that I specifically want to thank, but obviously all the captains who take on the jobs. It is a big commitment. One thing that I always feel for them is when they do have to approach players and talk to them about whether they're being dropped or have to go down a grade. It's a tough gig, but they've all done it very admirably and they've all bought into the program. So thanks to those guys. To the guys who helped with training, but Clarkey, Johnny Cads, Chris Toole, and others who have helped out through the year. Thanks to you guys. A special mention to our chairman selectors, Peter Burkhardt, obviously for taking on the role as a chairman selectors, but he wears many hats in the club. But along with that, and I think he deserves an absolute gold medal to also put his house up for Chappie at the start of the year, at the start of the season. It was about a maximum of 8 weeks, which I wouldn't be able to live 8 minutes with him. But nonetheless, he ended up staying for the whole duration. And it's that sort of stuff that people put into the club that you can't put a price on. It's not easy to find accommodation, but it allows us to bring in a good player who can help steer the ship. So to Berkey, fantastic for all your efforts over the years. On the back of that was also to the Wayne family, to Louis, Rose and Grant, for your assistance with Mally. I think Mally's here, isn't he, somewhere? Yep. I'm sure that Mally would appreciate it as well, and the change of environment for Mally, rather than having to come from Laylaw or wherever he was coming last year, to actually get a ride with Louis, though that'd be scary for 10 minutes, but to obviously to go into a family environment with the Wayne family, we really do appreciate what Grant and Rose have done, and obviously yourself, Louis, so thanks to you as well. And just a big shout out to our president, who after 13 years on the committee has decided to pull up stumps for the moment. Again, people don't understand the roles that these guys take on, but you've done an incredible job. You've steered us through some really good times, and I think that the measuring stick is always when you leave, how have you left the place, and to me you've certainly left it in a better place than when you started, so well done to you. Other than that, thanks for your efforts, and we look forward to seeing you next season.